The struggle to get vaccinated is not as tough as it was earlier this year, but community leaders say although the supply is high, the demand remains low in minority groups. Our Kenesha Dees spoke with them to find out why this is happening.
There are a lot more people out there that don't want the vaccine than what we thought initially.
According to the Alabama Department of Public Health, only 19% of Black or African American Alabamians have been vaccinated. Meanwhile, the Latino and Hispanic population make up just a staggering 2%.
The Latino community, and those that are undocumented, they don't trust the government. They don't trust that these things are necessarily safe.
Eva Melendez with United Women of Color Huntsville says she just got vaccinated and she's fine, but also points out language barriers creates a problem, from knowing accurate information to even booking a vaccine appointment.
I see where it's available at different stores and all that. They're not necessarily going to have interpreters on hand. Going in to make an appointment, that makes that difficult.
Leaders say there's not only vaccine hesitancy among minority groups, but they say younger people believe they don't need to get vaccinated.
What we're hearing, especially from the young folks, I don't need it, I don't want it. And that's the wrong message that is being sent, because it's not just for you, but all those people around you.
United Women of Color say they will spread awareness of vaccination, and the Alabama NAACP say the organization will continue to work in areas such as the, quote, black belt of the state, with more plans underway.
We're still working with UAB, and we're working in Pickens County to help them identify a location where they could just have their inoculators come there and people just walk up.
Putting the Valley first, Kenesha Dees, WZDX News.